uncle was Carl Laemmle. He was born in Laupheim, Germany. He was the 8th of 13 children. And when he was 17 years old, he came over to America. Actually, my father was the first to come to this country, and he wrote to my uncle and said that there was a lot of opportunity here. And so my uncle came over when he was 17, and he got all kinds of odd jobs here and there, pretty menial for quite a while, but he was a very quick learner. When he was back in Germany, he had had the opportunity of learning English, and so he had that advantage. And eventually he ended up in a clothing store as manager. But after he had made a certain amount of money, he decided maybe he'd go into five and dime, a step up or something. Anyway, he happened to find out then that the Nickelodeon business was quite interesting and intriguing, and many people were lining up to go see it. And he thought that, why not try that? So with the little money that he had saved up, he rented this store, which he called the White Front, and he had a Nickelodeon business, and it really boomed, and he was so pleased with it that he opened a second one. And as time went on, this developed into more and more, and he really seriously went into the business, became a distributor, and eventually ended up with Universal Studio. Universal City opened in 1915, although he had made, I believe, some pictures earlier than that in 1912, but the official opening of Universal Studio was in 1915, and it was a studio and a city that was really made to make motion pictures. But it was an empire. It was his city. When I was 11 years old, I came out to California with my family. Actually, my father, at the urging of Carl Laemmle, his brother, he came out for his health. And we moved right onto the city, onto the Universal City lot on a little bungalow. It was just fantasy land for me. I just loved it. Right in back of our house, just a little north of it, was Old New York Street. And I would go over there from time to time and pretend that I was in New York. And it was just an amazing experience to grow up on the lot. I studied dancing from the time I was 6 years old in Chicago. And then when we came out here, I studied with Ernest Belcher. And I studied a number of years with him. And when I was 16 years old, they were making the Phantom of the Opera, and I was chosen to be the prima ballerina in the Phantom of the Opera, which was quite a big thrill to me. It was a very elaborate, very expensive production, and the stage was an exact replica of the Paris Opera House. Lon Chaney was one of the finest character actors at that point in time, and he was notable mainly because he was such a great artist at makeup. They called him the man of 1,000 faces, and he was a genius, and every character was individual. He would spend hours making himself up, and he was an amazing man and a wonderful actor. When he was unmasked, so to speak, it was a real shock to see him. But throughout all his characters that he played, like with the Hunchback or the Phantom, there was, at least I always felt, a certain sympathy. He was a sympathetic character. Somehow or other, there was horror, but yet you felt a tenderness about it somehow. Mary Philbin and I were neighbors in Chicago. She was 6 years older than I, but a beautiful, beautiful girl, just exquisitely beautiful. And at the time, Universal was having a contest, beauty contest, and my father urged her to send a picture, and she did. And of course, her beauty captured them, and they sent for her, and she made tests, and she won a contract. Mary was not of this world, really. She was extremely shy. She was not like any actress that you could see today. She really belonged to another age. She was a lovely, sweet, gentle human being. Well, I think that the thing about the Phantom of the Opera is the romantic quality that it has. It's so intriguing and mysterious, the mystery of it all, and it fascinates people.